Do you recall the incident that brought us here today?
Oh, is it Rose? No way! Yeah.
Can you please tell the court how you
Oh,
and Officer
shit!
Troy became involved in this incident?
Myself and Officer Troy responded to a call for backup for a traffic stop on Great Ocean Highway involving a stolen vehicle.
Alrighty, and what was the situation when you first
Rose is one of
arrived
those
on
people
scene?
that I can remember the streamer more than I can remember
We
the...
arrived on scene as
What was the
a
character's
vehicle.
name
The
again?
primary officers were having
You'll say it and I'll remember it straight away. But I remember this is one of those where I remember Rose.
After
Not the
some
character
time,
name.
they came down to inform us that the vehicle contained a large quantity of marijuana, and they would be placing the suspects into custody.
Would an officer pull someone over just
So to confirm the
Do you remember
plaintiff
what character
and,
was? Character name was?
sorry, his friend that he was with were placed into custody.
Was it
due to,
Maggie?
Possession and constructive
Look, I thought I'd
possession of
remember
marijuana,
if you gave me a name.
On top of the original stolen car call, I assume, yes.
You could, but I mean,
I can't remember
officer
my
pulled
fucking
over.
memory today.
So after you arrived on scene, what happened next?
Shortly after, the primary officers attempted to place the two men in custody. One of them re-entered the vehicle, turned the vehicle south on Great Ocean Highway and fled. Us being the closest to our cars, myself and Officer Troy, re-entered our vehicle and began to pursue the fleeing car.
And what was the status of
Do I have
your
Damien's
vehicle
number?
at that point?
I
Our car
don't.
did have
Fuck.
some smoke coming from the bonnet, the front of the car.
And when was the last time prior to this incident when you had your vehicle repaired?
We had previously to this incident had our car repaired at Mosley's by a mechanic.
And sorry, 1 second, I lost where I was.
The Imager links were? Okay. I'm trying to get a good picture of Norman because I kind of want to text him now.
What happened once you returned to the initial scene?
It was only a matter of seconds.
Why is there no good photos of this?
Before a senior officer instructed us to return to the main scene and essentially trade out with the officer.
Oh yeah, I think I know a good workaround. I'm gonna change my ShareX upload after capture tasks.
On scene, and did a quick trade, I guess.
No,
with,
task settings.
Officer Rhodes.
Destinations. Here we go. Image check.
Of the 95, the suspect in custody.
At the time of this explosion, this is the first case we have
Alrighty, and did you believe your vehicle was safe to drive at that point?
Like I've stated to you before, I think the big thing to
I believe so. Desmond had used a repair kit on the vehicle at some point on the scene.
No good photos of this that I'm trying to look at.
Have you driven your vehicle while smoking before?
In a good faith belief.
This on Google anyway.
Similar
Absolutely no explosions. Definitely have driven a smoking vehicle before.
Stated himself that he was not an expert mechanic or whatever the fuck he called it, mechanic.
Yeah.
And while you were on the scene, did the plaintiff express any concern with the state of repair of the vehicle?
Prior knowledge and expert opinion are two different things.
I can't recall, as I was listening to the radio specifically on the scene. Down the track, he did less than 3 seconds before exploding.
Alrighty, and then
there's no good photos, man. Fuck it. I wanted to send one to Norman. God damn it.
After you asked this question and you noticed
I can't find
something very wrong with the car, how did you and Officer Troy respond?
As soon as the car caught fire, we immediately...
Like, you know when an old lady has to, like, lean up and, like, peek over the steering wheel? I can't help it. That's what Norman looks like, dude.
Alrighty, and then all three of you were caught
He's
up,
so small.
in the explosion per previous testimony. What happened after the explosion?
Oh, never mind. Hold on.
Once my ears stopped ringing, sorry. All that could be heard.
Hey, is there anybody else I want to grab in the other pages?
Joyfully exclaiming about
no,
how he
no,
was going to be
no,
rich.
no,
And he was telling me that he was going to take our jobs and our money for some time. I instructed the gentleman that he had been in an explosion to conserve his energy.
But you found one?
He replied by saying he was being
I
fed by a general,
mean, kind of,
and
yeah.
continued for some time
Kind of
to
not too
laugh
bad.
and boast about his potential gainings from the situation. He also
I
said
kept
I was
first number? I think I
repeatedly
did.
stuck to him, which was strange.
You know who I want to see on NoPixel? And this just remind me. I want to see
moment
Ziggy's
to
Tex as a cop, but I want Tex to get hired. That'd be great. I think you'd really fit in too.
You can. I wouldn't necessarily jump into that right now. Maybe talk more about, the detainment.
Oh, Pixie, there we go.
Still bringing him to MRPD afterwards, and things like that. How long he was there for, and then yeah, we want to make sure that that we cover.
I don't know whether to go down to Mission Row or not. I don't know whether that'd be cheeky, but I mean, if it's not around, it's not around, you know. Is that KJ?
Does that answer your question?
KJ.
Something else to bring up real quick. I'll make it very brief.
I think for this case, though, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of emphasis on how long he was in custody and all this kind of shit, but the officers have a reasonable, well, they have a duty of care, right? And if someone got injured in their care, then that's on them. They should be liable. So I actually kind of agree. I don't agree with the way the guy's done it, but
were there any let me think
was there
about
any
this.
other cars available to transport this guy that wasn't like a smoking mess?
After the explosion, did anyone approach to see if you were all right?
Objection,
What
Your
the
Honor, relevance.
What's that got to do with anything?
The relevance is that it was brought up by the plaintiff in his testimony that a bystander came into the
Well, PD cars are broken,
fire,
they'll barely
and
run.
from the
You
previous
think
statement
criminals
of
and civilians care about
testimony,
that?
to show,
You know what I mean? They ain't
the
gonna care.
level of care was taken
Like
by the
legally,
officer
that doesn't matter. That's not.
capacity.
That's not like a civilian's problem.
Your Honor, I don't think that the plaintiff ever disputed whether or not they tried to provide care, only that they were negligent in their actions. And on top of that, the other person's injuries have no relevance to the matter.
Rebuttal, Your Honor. They did bring it up. Maybe counsel didn't bring that up, but the plaintiff
I wish you
certainly
could bring
did
a
on the
note,
stand.
a
And
notebook
therefore,
into the courtroom.
The scope is open, and we feel that it's
Is that the
relevant.
officer's fault or the PD as a
I think
whole?
it's a little
Is
bit
it?
more
That's a
simple
good
than
question.
that.
Is the PD getting sued, or
You know,
is?
the witness is capable of testifying?
Yeah,
in
the
sequence of
PD is
events
getting
immediately
sued.
during.
It's
before,
Cloverfield,
during,
Desmond
and after
Troy,
this
and the
incident.
Unified Police Department.
If they're speaking to something that happened during this incident, I find it to be relevant as it's directly related.
I do agree about the PD though.
Objection to all relevance
But
is
then
overruled.
they're
So,
saying there's no
yeah.
qualified immunity and shit like that. Dodgy,
Yes,
mate.
A bystander did approach the scene, a gentleman that I couldn't tell you the name of. As he approached the scene, myself and Troy shouted out for him to be careful as there was fire in the grass and that he should avoid the area. Unfortunately, he was incapacitated by the fire.
Where did Murphy go?
That gentleman was also treated on scene and asked the medical professionals to just kind of help him to his feet as he wasn't feeling too bad.
Leave the officer out, but yeah, I do kind of agree with you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, 1 second. I just need to think how to word this properly.
That's a good one, Rhea. That's a good one.
I think that was good to bring up.
Hey, let me message Norman.
Following your treatment on scene by EMS and returning and being taken to the hospital, once you and your partner were upright and able to move around again, what did you all do after that?
After treatment, we remained near the bedside of the suspect in our custody to make sure that he was receiving treatment and that we had essentially had.
Yeah, something for Officer Trigger. My apologies, Your Honor.
It's okay, Cap. Please continue.
It's Drake, Cap. Drake, not Trigger.
Oh, shit.
Were you?
Oh, sorry.
He just shot someone and he called him Trigger.
Sorry, was
Damn it,
I've been,
Cap.
I've been calling him Trigger since day
Was
one.
that the end of your answer?
Trig.
sorry, yes, yeah.
I apologize. Okay.
You're okay.
Please continue with question.
Wait, I want to send that to Flop too.
Following this, did you and your partner go down to the cells with the for the processing of the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am. We were tasked with the
Why aren't you in
transportation
uniform?
of this gentleman down to the cells to await the primary officers and the other suspect that was being pursued.
Nice suit.
Are you
Tell you, looks
aware
like
of
you
why
shaved a couple of pounds off.
why
you
the
look
plaintiff's charges were dropped?
Is that Daryl or is it a different cop?
I'm saying you look good. What do you mean?
What is QI exactly? Maybe.
The other
What the
occupant of the
fuck?
car, the driver.
Did you say watch
eventually
QI? Yeah.
taking all blame and ownership of the marijuana found in the vehicle and the ownership of the stolen vehicle.
I'm.
Mr. Manx was released without charge.
Oh, okay.
So
He's on about qualified
just to
immunity.
clarify for myself,
Never mind.
you
Not
was
important.
Released from custody because you
Not
no
important.
longer had probable cause. For
I thought he was on about the
possession.
TV show.
10-4. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes, he was. He was.
I was gonna
being
say, you know,
held,
son of
on
mine, if you don't know what
consideration for
QI
the
is.
stolen vehicle and constructive possession of the marijuana inside the vehicle as he was a
Richard
passenger in
probably has
car.
all the box sets
When
of
his
QI.
friend took complete ownership. We no longer.
He seems like the type.
Alrighty. I don't think I have any other questions, but let me consult co-counsel first.
They were doing their best.
Did you ask about how long he was
Your Honor, while we're waiting, could I just have that last answer read back, please?
and then also ask
To the last question as to why he was released from custody.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, I have down that the driver had pled guilty. Mr. Mao, in this case, had pled guilty, had taken blame and ownership of the stolen car, and of the marijuana. At that time, charges were dropped against Mr. Banks, and he was cut free.
does she know how long it
He was cut free and he still wanted to sue. What a scumbag.
arrest and
So he didn't even go to prison?
or interrogate Mr. Mao.
Jesus.
Ask how long it took. Sorry, go ahead. Ask how long it took, how long he was in custody for,
And he
ask
technically
if
should have gotten
she
perjury on
knows
one
why
statement,
it would
but
have taken that length of time. I'm hoping that she'll say
yeah, one
I'm
of
just so weird. Like, some of them work and some of them don't. Is it the JPEGs that are not working? Or the PNG? No, it's weird. I don't know. It's a Brit. Yeah, QI. It was originally ran by Stephen Fry. And yeah, it's like a quiz show, but it's
Officer
funny.
Fields, are you aware?
That guy's got a mask on
from
inside.
The time of
4 to 5,
his
so,
detainment,
brother, you're
until he was released from custody. How
Yeah, it's
long,
really good.
The plaintiff was in custody for?
When it came to my involvement, no more than an hour. Beyond that, when it came to speaking with higher officers, I'm unsure.
This guy said 4 to
And,
5 hours.
Are you? I've got to think of how to word this. In your professional opinion, what would have made it take that amount of time?
Right, we're at 10:30. I can't remember what time the interview finished,
Due
but
to the ongoing pursuit,
it's not looking good,
primary
guys.
officers were involved with.
Objection, Your
he was
Honor.
being-
Facts not in evidence. There's no time frame stipulated in the report as far as how long the detention was.
I'm actually going to call for a sidebar with counsel, please, on this real quick.
Do I leave?
No, I'll pull them to the side of her.
Oh, okay.
You're fine. Remain there.
If you ask really obscure questions, you get points based on the correct answer. Yeah. There's a lot of stupid answers. But they also guess what answers people are going to give. And they know what's coming. and you get you basically get shit on for answering the questions. Finish at a time. Yeah, according to this guy, the interview probably took about 6 hours. So we've got we've got a while left. Aphrodite just tweeted ass over booba. Okay.
I swear I'm gonna start getting up and standing when they're not objecting.
Objection is going to be sustained at this time.
Really? Really? That got sustained.
Lindsay, please with it so she can't ask again.
That will be it for questions at this time.
Ain't no way. Why didn't the defense object then? Because that would have been sustained too. Interesting. So basically, for those not following, the plaintiff, aka the guy suing the PD, was like, I was in custody for like 4 or 5 hours, right? Then he was like, it's at least 3 hours. And all the cops were like, what the fuck? But nobody objected. Then the cop just said he was in custody for at least an hour. Or a maximum an hour. And he objected
You articulate what
and said
possession is for the court.
that fact's not in evidence because it's not in the report. And that was sustained. The judge agreed. And the question was, the answer was stricken. Stricken?
Powering intention of legal possession and control of property, but without directly having it or having it in their immediate presence.
Okay.
Yeah.
In order to be in constructive possession, you have to have knowledge of the item.
That's an affirmative. I don't know about that.
No.
Is it not stated that officers were aware? Hold on, let me see.
That's more of a defense thing than a prosecution.
You mentioned that my client was also being held for accomplice to joyriding. What evidence did you have to support that?
Objection, Your Honor.
Shout,
I can't hear
shout.
anybody back there.
Are you whispering?
Sorry, yes. Objection, Your Honor. I'm not sure where this is going, but
So
as you
Scopa.
feel that certain things are not relevant to this case, I'm going to object. To
Yeah,
any
I don't like
evidence.
the implications of it too. Not to. I agree.
I mean, Your Honor, they just
That's a good one,
asked a whole
Tetri.
lot
Yeah.
of questions about the charges.
I've
that
already
are
said
being
it now,
pressed
then.
and
I can't
everything
send
else,
another one.
and I'm just questioning the validity of that based.
Yeah,
on
I don't
the
get it
case.
either, Ria.
You didn't
I
bring it
really
up,
don't
did
get it either.
Rebuttal,
To the
Your Honor.
case.
I mean,
Sure.
she stated that they had probable cause.
We're not here to question the validity of the charges.
Yeah,
plaintiff.
the charges are not relevant to this case.
There we
We said
go.
that initially, but we were overruled.
There we
I'm
go.
going to bring it up again that whether or not he was charged at the end does not have any bearing on whether or not they had probable cause to detain him when they did.
What's the statement of claim?
Not certain what you're seeking to gain from this, Councilor Monroe. I'm not really certain what relevance this has to the vehicle exploding and the injuries that Mr. Banks sustained. And how that's going to sway whether I find that I'm responsible for those injuries or not. I feel like a lot of effort is being.
It's all of the injuries.
Everything surrounding it, and not the reason that we're being brought here.
I feel like that's
I'm
the thing
going
with
to
every
sustain
single
the
court case
objection.
on
Let's try and get this
NoPixel.
back on topic.
It's everyone
You're
just
right, Your Honor.
skews from the
I'll make it
past.
simple and sweet.
And they don't focus on.
Did my client warn you that the car
It's
was
so
gonna blow up?
indirect. Yeah. But that's. I don't think that's relevant. I'll be honest.
Any other time apart from
Angel.
the two
You're probably
different
right that
sequences
that's what they're
of
trying to do,
investigations
but
where he said along the lines of, so apart from speeding down the road with a burning engine, how's your day going? And then the car burst into flames and we pulled it over.
Did the car blow up?
The car blew up as we approached the side of the road.
Was he inside?
I had just removed him from the vehicle.
So was he in range of the explosion?
He was in range of the explosion.
Were
as
you
we
in
were
range of the
aware.
explosion?
Yes, sir.
Was the officer over there?
He threw
in range of the
X, yeah.
He was.
No, I agree. If they want to argue illegal detainment,
And
then that's
aren't
like
you
a rights
responsible
violation
for
that needs a
anyone
different
who's in
case.
your custody and care, officer?
Unless they put it in like the
Objection, badgering the
same
witness.
statement of claim.
Your Honor, I'm allowed to treat this witness as hostile. She is inherently hostile. My question is pointed, but it's not the level of badger.
Bordering on argumentative.
I'll
In the
tread
way that
lightly,
you
Your
phrase
Honor.
that.
I need food. Oh wait, did
Good
that?
question, but
Wait, it got dark in here because it's not light out anymore. Well, that's fucking cool, dude. What the fuck? That's such a nice little addition. God damn. All the light that was flowing through, it's not doing it.
Sorry. What was the question?
Pertaining to, are you responsible for people, individuals that are in your custody? Are you responsible for their custody and care?
For it is the way
Yes.
he's trying to frame it. And
Flop.
the way that
You got anything to eat?
Do you feel like you took care of my client while he was in your custody?
No, let me ask around. Hold on.
we
Thank
kind
you.
of tried reining it in.
To the best of my ability and in good faith.
That's a big
There
old
is a
negatory.
vending machine outside in the waiting room.
Okay. There's a vending machine out in the waiting room.
And the
Besides
ritual
this
goes.
incident, have
Thank
you
you.
ever been involved in a car explosion?
No, sir.
Don't run, Richard, please.
Ever been shot?
Us, stand in the corner.
What's the relevance of this, counselor?
Your Honor, I'm going down the state of mindset, trying to argue.
What's the waiting room?
Defense pointing out about my client's actions and statements.
You'll see my Chapin reality show real soon.
Why is that guy crying? Oh my god, he's crying. Oh, this was the juvenile center, and now it's the treasury office. Holy shit! God damn! Oh, waiting room. Can I please pay? I can. Oh, I can pay with my bank. Thank fuck for that. Her office is bigger than the house. Yeah, you're probably right. Holy shit.
Objection, relevant.
I think it's inherently relevant, Your Honor. But I mean, you know how you know what? Fine.
Did they
I'll
take
just-
my chips?
Sustained. Here for probative fact, not prejudice and opinion.
Why my chips don't work?
None of them had the proper tools.
How long before the incident did you say that the car was repaired at Moses?
I'm shocked this
You can't eat in here? Are you kidding me?
Just before the incident.
Do you have a rough estimate of time?
They took my chips! Bastards! Might make a potato bomb out of chips. Yeah, you gotta be careful. These chip eaters are dangerous. Alright, stuff our face a little bit. At least we get to keep our phone though. That's nice. Alright, we're good. How the treasurer earns the city's money. Just take everybody's chips off them as they go into the courthouse. Pretty genius.
On how long before the repair until the time of the incident?
Fantastic. The objection's overruled. I'll hear the answer to the question.
in good faith belief is what is
I can provide more of a timeline, I guess. We repaired the car. We were patrolling. We essentially drove from.
That guy's got a mask on, and he's had a mask on for like 10 minutes.
Square.
No, 20
Union
minutes.
Square. When we
I'd
got the
boot
vehicle
him.
back up,
Judge
we
Dark
proceeded
incoming.
to Great Ocean Highway.
Okay. And at what point in time in that timeline did the car start smoking?
Dear Wolfer. The issue is with Dark because he always has an opinion on things.
Cookies, the motorcycle.
There's the point of like a judge is like not having an opinion and having to listen to
And
the
how long was the
stuff
car smoking before its eventual explosion?
like argued. Like Dark doesn't need to listen to everybody's arguments to get convinced of what's happened here, right?
I'd say at a guess 5 to 10 minutes.
We couldn't let him go until we had the other person in custody. We were still searching.
Do you regularly transport people in your care and custody in cars that are smoking?
We had every legal reason to hold this guy. I'm just.
Good question.
I'm surprised they made it this far.
Pretty simple question.
If necessary, yeah.
If necessary. Jesus.
No further questions, Connor.
Oh, he's laughing. He's laughing.
Floor is open for redirect.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
This is like the opposite.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, I agree. I mean, listen, I spoke with, Captain Slacks, and I already told him that. I think based on the circumstance what happened that day, I don't feel inclined that the officer.
I don't think Turner's coming, guys. He did promise 48 hours, but he didn't say, he didn't say I promise you, Richard. I promise you, Richard, it'll be 48 hours. But he did say I'll give you an answer within 48. But you know, something might have come up, you never know. Or he just forgot.
No, you're good. You do your thing.
You can ask. You can only ask about things.
Please proceed when you're ready.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Feel like there should be.
Which will get an answer eventually. Yeah, probably.
He is a master mechanic now, from what he said.
No. I was just stepping in. You guys are doing amazing.
I feel.
Hey, little Rachel.
No further witnesses. Questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Oh.
Okay. Officer Fields, you can step
Boo.
down. Thank you for.
Who else is getting called up?
Next witness.
I don't even see Fields on here. Maybe it was called in afterwards. So.
To kind of have a defense for. I know from the PD side, we stand on good faith for this, but I do know from the.
I wonder if we could somehow set up.
The defense would like to recall Captain Slacks.
Oh.
Okay, Captain Slacks, you may approach.
No, you did great. You did fine.
As a reminder, you are under oath.
He'd go to Slacks to get hired on the spot. No. It's not gonna happen because it's not his
You have
shift.
been sworn into this court.
The only thing that I was maybe thinking about is being like, hey, Slacks, did Turner say he's not going to be around today? Did he leave you with a, hey,
Hello,
hire
Captain
Dark
Slacks.
tomorrow morning?
It was stated prior in your initial testimony that
This report isn't dated right, is it?
there are charges that you could arrest someone for based on the condition of this car. Is that an accurate assessment of your prior statement?
I would say depending on the circumstances. I mean, nothing.
Why
can
is
be
she
almost
asking
black and
that?
white, right?
Agreed. Very much so.
That's not a good thing to ask.
The condition of the car has been brought up multiple times that it was smoking, dark smoke. You, as an officer, in your experience, would you pull over a vehicle simply because it was smoking?
I would. Depending on
This is
how
bad
badly
questions.
damaged the vehicle
No.
is. I mean, there's level of kind of smoke from me, so just is it affecting the person's windshield to where they can't see in front of them, so they can't able to operate the
Oh,
vehicle?
no.
Something that could be concerned, right?
Mm-hmm. All right,
Stop
but
smoking in
the
chat,
simple act
Dumbo.
of the vehicle smoking, would that necessarily cause you to pull that
Smoking's
vehicle
bad for
over?
you. Don't do it.
Objection, Your Honor. Ask and answer.
Not exactly. He said that there were various factors.
There were qualifiers added onto it. I think she's looking for a more pointed answer here. I'm going to overrule. You may answer the question, Captain.
I would say it's depending on traffic. That would be the main concern. If there's nothing on the road, probably not. If there's vehicles in front of it, probably I'd get an assistant help try to repair it or call for a tow bed.
All right. Would you necessarily charge the driver with a
Why is
felony for that?
she on about
Oh,
charges?
no, I mean, if they comply and work with us, absolutely not.
Thank
What's
you.
this got to do with anything?
No further questions for direct.
Yeah, cross.
What? Did I
Captain
miss
Slacks, you look
something?
amazing today.
Oh, thank you.
How you
Appreciate
feeling?
that. Tired, but I'm trying to fight through.
Oh, I appreciate it. I know you've had a long day. Had to deal with me for a lot of it, so I apologize. I'll try to be brief.
Damn,
you
Xavier
arrested
hitting on
for reckless
slacks.
driving before?
Not for reckless driving. I've not actually.
You arrested people for reckless endangerment.
Multiple times.
Would you agree that a person involved in a car explosion as a result of car damage would be, or you would have probable cause rather, or an arrest on such a person for such a charge?
Objection, speculation.
Not speculative at all. This has been established as a captain of the Los Santos Police Department.
Slacks was not there at this.
Asking
Can you
if-
repeat the question? I didn't hear it in full.
Sure.
I mean, it's a good
Captain
question.
Slacks, could you, or excuse me, would you arrest someone, or would you have probable cause to arrest someone in the event that they were involved in a car explosion that resulted in injuries of occupants of that car?
Can I answer?
I'm going to overrule the objection. I want to hear the answer to this because I do think that this line has been explored based on the
That's a good question.
final question asked by the defense of, would you charge the driver with a felony for that? I think this is important to explore.
Your Honor, I would like to make another objection that this
Too
is a
late now,
different
love.
question than what we asked. We asked specifically about the smoking vehicle, and the counselor is asking about an explosion.
So, your objection is?
Given what's brought us here today, I find it relevant.
Go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for what? He didn't agree with you.
You may answer the question.
Oh, well, you know what, Xavier, why don't you pull up your MDT and read me the definition of reckless endangerment?
We're not asking questions from the witness stand, Captain.
Oh, sorry. I mean, just
I have no objection if you would like to open up the tablet.
He
And read
needs to check. He
I
needs
know
to
the
read
the
it.
definition of it for what it's worth.
Can it be read out loud? Is that
Sure.
So
Why
I'm on
not?
the same wavelength, that's all.
Why not?
Thank you, Your Honor.
What?
Person creates a substantial risk of serious physical injury to another person. The accused person isn't required to intend the resulting or potential harm, but must have acted in a way that showed a disregard for the foreseeable consequences of the actions.
Yep, that fits, if you ask
The
me.
last part, where intent and what they could rate as far as what they're trying to do. Can
No.
depend. You know, sometimes things are out of their control do happen, where you can't really blame that person. Or sometimes you do see this being a problem, yet you are reckless and continue to pursue and drive, and it might cause somebody else to get hurt.
So yes or no?
That charge doesn't require the intent, correct?
But it talks about creating a risk, right? So you have to be somebody who's aware of what you're doing.
A car billowing black smoke isn't a risk, Captain? Is that your testimony here today?
I'm saying it could be
Objection, misstatement of testimony.
No, he
That
just
is not
asked
the
him.
answer he gave.
Right, literally asking him for his testimony, Your Honor.
That was not
This
the
is
answer he gave to
spicy.
the previous
This
question.
is good TV right here.
I'm definitely leading, but I'm not misstating testimony.
He's leading. The previous question was answered that a risk had to be
Like 5 a.m.
created.
Yeah, Sam's been pulling some crazy hours
Councilor Monroe
recently.
is seeking to clarify
Fair
and
play to him,
establish
dude.
a vehicle billowing smoke is creation of risk. I'm going to allow the question.
Xavier's good,
the objection
dude.
is going to be overruled. Please answer.
Nope. I removed my phone, Your Honor.
Oh, I mean the answer. I meant the question, Captain.
One more time.
Not
What
your
was the
phone.
question?
I'll paraphrase the question because I don't remember the exact words I spoke. Does black smoke emanating from the engine of a vehicle indicate that there is a risk with said vehicle?
I mean, I'm not a mechanical expert, but I'd say possibly.
If that
Jesus.
is a risk, does that give you probable cause for reckless endangerment?
I mean, I would have to speak with the individual as well, as far as what they saw and happened, and examine the scene and see what transpired.
Once again, I'm gonna step in with a point of order here. We addressed this in the sidebar. We're here to determine whether the plaintiff
No,
here is
Your Honor, I get his
seeking
point
damages
here.
for something that happened to him in
No,
a civil
no, no,
matter.
no, no, no. I disagree. I
Why is
disagree.
this relevant to Mr. Manx and why we're here?
Because
today?
you're getting Slax's opinion
Your Honor, in
on.
fairness, it's not truly relevant to why we're here today. It's more relevant to the line
Thank
of
you.
questioning
Let's
they
move
were
on.
asking the cat.
Let's move on.
Not a problem.
What? No, you
Captain
idiot.
Slacks.
You say, listen, I'm in a roundabout way
Would
asking
you
Captain Slacks whether or
transport
not
someone in a car
he thinks
that has
putting someone.
billowing black smoke?
Oh, there we go. He's asking
Objection
directly
asked
now.
and answered on his previous stand on the witness stand.
Stand on the witness stand. I agree.
I believe the question was different last time, Your Honor, but if I'm fine if we want to just take that last answer.
To be fair, Ray, this isn't prosecution. This is defense. To be fair. But no, I don't think Dark's not the type, dude. Plus, he's shift 2.
Would you transport an
different
individual in a
ballgame.
smoking car? No. Why not? It's a safety hazard. What could happen? The vehicle could break down, catch fire. If it continues to smoke in that way, it could cause a hazard on the road. It's not safe. This has already been addressed by
The
this witness
PD.
on your direct.
Dark doesn't even have a bar license.
Very good. No further questions.
Redirect.
All right.
This is his reaction when he found out he had to show up in court.
Just really quick. Believe the
You are a
plaintiff has
witness.
after that line of questioning, Captain Slacks, I asked you
That's funny.
about if you had ever transported anyone in a smoking vehicle. Do you recall your answer?
Objection,
don't,
Your Honor.
honestly.
It's asked and answered. I mean, she literally is asking him about. I'm not sure why it's relevant that we're asking about testimony that we already testified to in a question. It's baffling.
Uptight.
And what was the exact objection there?
I would say relevance and asked and answered.
All right. Well, if it's a matter of asked and answered, I can certainly ask the judge to.
I can refer to
reread
the
his prior
record and
testimony.
I can refer to the record when I'm in deliberation. I don't need to re-ask questions again and again.
I think I think the
I
PD
will
should have
withdraw
pled
that.
out of this.
Thank you.
I'll be honest.
Anything from you?
But it's good RP to go to court.
All right. No further questions for this witness.
All right, Captain, you can step down. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Go and get some rest. Okay.
Good luck, y'all. Have a good night.
Any further witnesses or evidence that the defense
Rob.
would highlight at this time?
He's leaving.
Yes, the defense would like to call Officer Troy to the stand.
Officer Troy, you may go ahead and step forward. Chief of Staff Thoroughbred.
All right, all right. How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing. How you doing?
Oh yeah, you know how it is. Just another day in paradise.
All right, can you go ahead and raise your left hand real high into the sky for me?
So high, Miss Siobhan.
Do you swear and affirm that testimony provided is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and pains and penalties of perjury, up to and including death? So help
Wait, who
you
plays this cop?
So help me, Moon.
Wait, the witness has been sworn in.
No, Archon.
Go ahead and open with your line of questioning.
It sounds exactly like Archon.
Thank you, Your Honor. If it pleases the court, since we've
Oh,
already
it's
had testimony
Jigs!
from
I always used to get
Officer
confused
Fields,
between
would it
Jigs and
be,
Barrett, so that makes sense.
agreeable to the plaintiff's side to for us to agree
Did he have
that,
to make a new cop too?
Officer Troy here was involved in the situation, etc., and just get to specifically things that are relevant to him and his participation in this case.
Your Honor, we would definitely stipulate to that, and we highly recommend.
Oh, it was a skeleton room.
Stipulated for the record for efficiency. You may begin with the
fantastic.
already established foundation.
Temple's doing
Great,
court
thank you, Your
live.
Honor.
That's funny.
Officer Troy, it was stated by Officer Clover that you guys were in Legion Square when you received the call to assist this incident. Did you have any issues on your way to that backup call?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance?
I want to message Damien, but I don't have his number.
If you'll allow me, if you'll allow him to answer, it will be relevant, Your Honor. And if you decide that it's not, I will move on.
I mean, when I asked for a little bit of leniency, I wasn't granted it, Your Honor, but
That's
I
not-
guess I trust you.
That's not true.
It's just meetings and bullshit. All right, we'll see.
I'll allow an answer to the question. At this point, objection's going to be overruled.
Understood.
Do you need me to repeat the question, Officer Troy?
Yes, please.
All right. I asked you if there were any issues on your way to the backup call.
That's correct. We did suffer a collision with a local.
All right. And
Local
what was the
lives
result of that
matter.
collision?
Our vehicle's rendered disabled.
How's my
to the point
stonks
where I
today?
had to,
Oh,
apply a
good.
repair kit to the vehicle.
Hey, we're up $60.
Thank you.
We've made $60, guys. What about my beam machine? I've made $2. Pog! Hey, Ron, oil stocks are $128. What the fuck?
How were you? How did you remove yourself from the chase situation in this incident?
Fleet
and,
is
find
$8,000.
yourself back with the plaintiff.
Senior Officer Flop Dugong ordered us to return to the original scene of the traffic stop to switch places with Officer Matt Rhodes so that he can perform the pursuit instead of us.
That's me.
Excellent. Thank you.
I did this.
I feel bad for you, Flop. You just got thrown under the bus.
When you broke off from the
fine.
chase,
Listen,
and
I
returned
made that
to,
call.
The original
Yeah, no,
incident,
I
what
know
was
you
the
did.
status of
You
your
did it in
vehicle?
good faith too, though, so it was all good. Is he?
Status of the vehicle was that it was.
I wouldn't mind being on the
operational.
stand too. I know. Listen,
Was the vehicle smoking at this point?
I told you, murder him.
vehicle was
Murder him.
smoking.
Fuck him up.
Flop, please, please.
What?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
I know.
Careful. Jokes are dangerous these days.
They can
No, I
actually,
know.
they could still hear you over there. I'm being honest.
Based on your
No,
experience with
no.
CVPIs and
I acted in good faith.
them
for
being
why I
damaged
wanted
in the
to
line
go
of
back.
duty,
Oh no, I know you did.
So,
did you believe that it was safe to drive the vehicle?
Based
Did
on
he-
my experience and training,
As
yes,
Turner?
the vehicle was safe enough to transport the individual, Michael
Turner?
Banks, to MRPD.
I'm doing the best that I can, but you know.
Yeah, I feel like I know what's gonna happen with Norman because he's like, none of this really matters in my
Have
opinion.
you ever had
Yeah,
a
it's all
vehicle
good.
that was
It's fine.
smoking, catch on fire, or explode before?
I have personally never
Objection, Your
experienced a
Honor,
vehicle explode.
relevance. And he answered while I was objecting.
What's the objection?
To relevance, Your Honor.
Can you expand on that for me, please?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Well, I could also object to, this person not being an expert witness in mechanics unless they're trying to certify him as such. But I mean, I'm not sure why, if a car ever blew up on him before, that's relevant to this situation in which we know for sure a car did blow up.
Fair.
Rebuttal, Your Honor.
Mhm.
The plaintiff is proposing that the officers did not take proper care and custody of the suspect. I think that if the officers were unable to foresee this consequence, then it bears relevance.
Oh, shit, don't answer.
I also find that the large amount of the case that the plaintiff is presenting here today is based on this observation that the vehicle was smoking, being spoken to by the plaintiff as a reason that it could explode. I do find that this is relevant with the claim that's being pressed. Objection's going to be overruled.
Right. Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Troy, do you need me to repeat the question?
Please repeat the question.
No.
Have you ever had a CVPI catch fire or explode on you before?
I have personally never witnessed a CVPI explode.
Right. Have you driven a smoking CVPI before prior to this incident?
That is correct. Yes.
Means it's good defense, I guess.
I'm sorry, just a second. Were you able to observe any of Mr. Manx's injuries at the scene of the explosion?
I myself was injured from my periphery. He suffered the same injuries that I had.
All right. And what injuries were those?
Minor burns, some concussive damage. The doctor told me my big toe was cut. So I'm not sure
No!
about that either.
Not the big toe!
All right. Thank you very much. Let me check with co-counsel.
07 big toe. 07.
Big toe.
You
You need those for balance.
You actually do.
The rest you can have cut off. It's not a problem. You can live without them. But the big
It
toe
is the important one, yeah.
That's the only thing that's part of your foot, as far as toes is that it's important.
No, I didn't know if you wanted to bring up the.
These cops talking about feet and toes in my courtroom. What the hell?
Least important one. You don't you can live without that one.
Bystander after the vehicle exploded. I didn't know if that wanted to be brought up with him as well.
Hey, Bridget, anybody?
I've almost lost my big toe before because I fucking stepped on a piece of glass that fucking. Yeah,
Thank
let's
you
just
for
say it
bearing
was like
with me. One final question on direct for you.
It was a broken beer bottle and it went
Officer
through my
Troy,
fucking shoe all the way
how
up.
long did it take
Oh,
for your
God,
injuries
that must
to
have been
heal?
painful.
Objection,
Oh,
Your Honor,
yeah.
relevance?
Your Honor, we find it extremely relevant. The plaintiff is here in court today asking for monetary compensation for pain and suffering. We would just like to have a comparison.
It is
It's
mean.
relevant, but it's.
Your Honor, if the rebuttal
I'm
to that
inclined.
is...
I'm inclined to sustain the objection here. Look, two different people may heal from
Norman's
from injuries
feet
in two
guy?
different
Wait,
manners and
really?
capacities.
Well
I don't
documented
think,
is
this
disturbing
is an
in that
apt
comment.
comparison to make in this case. To put it simply,
Dumbo, no!
individuals, recover differently from injuries in different ways. I don't think this witness's recovery time compared against Mr. Manx's is particularly relevant.
All right, thank you for your ruling, Your Honor.
It's
No
been
further
cussed,
questions on
really.
direct for this witness.
Okay. The floor is going to be open for cross, but I will need to place the court in a brief 2-ish minute recess.
Recalled, by the way.
I just have a matter I need to handle
Cannot
personally.
remember if we.
Give me just a
decided
moment,
that.
okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
What was
Because
going
if
on?
he is being recalled, he can use.
A recess,
Just
yeah.
a quick recess.
Sorry.
This is what 3.5 hours feels like, by the way.
Oh, you can't leave the witness stand.
You're
Get
on
back
the
up
stand.
there.
What do
You cannot talk to other people. You must stay on the stand.
Get back up
Do
there.
not, yeah. Do not leave the stand.
I'm on
Your
the
bailiff
stand,
instructs
Mr.
you to stay here.
All right,
Alright,
bailiff.
wait.
Any
All
sign
right,
of
well,
Tona?
I'm here.
No, not yet.
Oh, hey, I'm calm. Don't tell me to
Hell,
relax there,
Tell me
man.
once. I'm a
You're
very...
gonna fire
What am I
me
supposed to
because when
do?
I was
There's
last to
so much
relax.
yelling.
When I was
Okay.
calm.
Oh my God.
What part of me did not
you didn't
seem
sound too
calm?
calm to me.
Now
Sure.
I'm
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Can y'all
Bring it
calm down,
down.
please?
You need a potato or something, Siobhan? Just kind of relax.
She actually just broke a glass in my room. Oh wait,
Aim for his toe,
In your
Siobhan.
what?
Aim for his toe.
nobody
Go
heard
for
that.
the toe.
In your what?
In your
Nobody
glasses?
heard that.
In your glasses?
I think he meant his glasses in this room.
Yeah, my glasses in this room.
Got another report
Recovered
about
it.
you.
Richard, I think you did something dumb, but I appreciate you.
I got some potato chips. Sean.
I'm
Can I
dead.
help you?
I'm gonna just throw
Hatbreed
this out
just
that
gifted a
this is
tier
Women's
1 sub
Month.
to Dumbo the
This is Women's
Wise.
Month.
They have given 13 gift
Oh my god, it
subs
is
in the
Women's Month.
channel.
Thing, by the way, just throwing
Crazy,
this out there.
Desmond. Crazy.
Just
I
for
don't
throwing that and let
participate
people know.
in women's
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back while he's on recess. I'm gonna go make another cup of tea, okay?
Fucking took mine.
Wait, do the metal
Yeah, they took
detectors take
mine, too.
food?
Yes.
Can we
Everybody else?
boycott the metal detectors?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I'd have guns in the courtroom than not have.
They're trying,
food.
bro. It's. I'm telling you, it's big
Also, I
energy
would like to
bars
point out
because
the
they
superior
fucking.
form of potato is potato juice, also known as vodka. Thank you.
You've never had potato water? Potato water is great.
Let's go get some food. Some chips.
Yeah, sounds good.
What the fuck is potato water? You just suck a potato
Content
water.
of your brain.
Top.
Ew. What's happening?
Yeah, like I knew that you had a case coming up. I didn't know when, and then when KJ said, "Oh, he's at a court case," I was like, "Oh shit, it must be yours."
Yeah, it's now.
So I came here.
A pleasure to have you.
Boss, I got you.
Okay. My apologies. We should be good to proceed at this time. Floor is open for cross-examination for the witness.
I didn't ask any questions, right? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. All right, I got this. All right. How are we doing, Mr. Troy?
I'm doing fantastic, Miss Monroe. How you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. You were in the car when you were in the car when it was being driven while it was smoking?
I was the driver of the vehicle. Yes, sir.
What color was the smoke coming out of it?
It was a dark smoke.
All these other times you've driven around, have you drive around normally with dark smoke and coming out your vehicle?
Can you restate the question or rephrase the question, sir?
During your earlier testimony, you mentioned you drive vehicles. I don't want to say regularly, but you drive vehicles when they're smoking.
Yes,
correct?
I have experience driving CPIs whilst they're smoking.
Okay, and in those situations, are they usually billowing out black smoke?
Dark smoke, yes.
Okay. And my client warned you that he thought that there was going to be an explosion in that car?
The only warning
Objection?
that he...
Is there a question in there?
I asked, did my client warn you that there's going to be an explosion in that car?
I didn't quite hear the word "did" come from either counselor.
Yes, I didn't either.
Yes,
that was my
fault there.
objection.
I apologize. I meant to say did if I didn't. Yeah,
All right, then withdrawn.
take
Thank
my
you.
lickings.
We'll add that on and we'll call it a question.
Sure. Could you answer the question?
Can you restate the question?
Yeah.
Did my client warn you that he thought there was going to be an explosion?
There was 2 mentions of smoke from the vehicle. There was no mention of an explosion.
Okay. Did my client seem like he was scared about this?
He expressed
Objection?
concern.
Speculation?
I'm asking for his opinion on how he viewed my client's state of mind. Officers do this all the time.
I'll defer to your judgment, Your Honor.
I'll allow the officer to refer to his direct observation of the witness and what he interpreted, but, he's not him, that whole deal. You've
course.
heard me say this countless times. I'll allow the general understanding of the assumption, or not assumption, but his understanding of the situation to be read into the record. You may answer the question, officer.
Can you restate the question?
Did my client seem scared?
Your client did not seem scared.
Okay. Did that car eventually blow up?
The car eventually blew up. Yes.
Was my client injured in that explosion?
Your client was injured in that explosion.
Were others injured in that explosion?
Others were injured in that explosion.
And why was it that you were the one transporting my client?
We were ordered to transport the your client to MRPD for processing.
Why?
Objection, speculation.
If he knows the answer, he can answer. If he doesn't, he can say, I don't know. I'm not asking for speculation.
Rephrase that question to "Do you know why?" then, rather than just why.
Do you
Objection's
know
going to be
why?
sustained.
Do you know why you were instructed to take my client to MRPD?
Yes, I know why.
Okay, can you elaborate?
We were instructed to switch positions with Matt Rhodes, Officer Matt Rhodes, because his vehicle was in pursuit condition. Our vehicle was not in pursuit condition.
So your vehicle wasn't in pursuit condition, but it was in condition to transport someone in your care and custody.
That's correct.
Are you responsible for the protection of the people in your care and custody?
I am responsible.
Do you feel like you took care of my client?
In good faith and to the best of my ability. Yes, I do.
I'm back. I might mess up a quick sandwich for later too. Could have done this morning really, but
Are you an expert mechanic?
I am not an expert mechanic.
But you repaired the car that eventually blew up, right?
Objection, argumentative.
Whoa. There's a question.
And asked and answered.
I don't think it's argumentative personally, but you know, I'm asking the question because there was mention of him repairing the car. You stated that he was not the mechanic. I'm just clarifying that he repaired the car shortly before it blew up.
It's been testified that he utilized a repair kit.
This guy? I can't tell.
It's also been testified that the vehicle was properly repaired at a mechanic shop before they arrived at Legion Square.
Oh,
Before the
fucking
incident
hell.
that
This
occurred.
tea's hot.
That's a point of order.
That
we
was
can put
not
out for the
about
record
the
if
court
you,
case. It was about the my actual cup of tea.
I don't need to retread.
You know what I want to do?
I don't need the retread.
What's my post going to be? I don't even know what I want to put. I'll do it afterwards.
How do you know that you're prepared didn't do more harm than good?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you re-ask the question again?
How do you know that your repair didn't do more harm than good?
Objection, relevance.
Speculation too, maybe.
An unqualified mechanic repairs a car shortly before it blows up, and that's not relevant?
Would that invalidate?
Your Honor, can I rebut
I
that, please?
think we're gonna move on from this that particular question as
No worries.
strange.
No further.
Oh, it's a mechanic question. It's a literal mechanic question about mechanics.
Redirect.
I don't blame him. I get the question.
No, why does one sound like he's in despair too?
Your Honor, we have no questions for redirect. Thank you.
Thank you, officer. You can go ahead and step down this time.
Oh, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional witnesses or evidence you'd like to highlight at this?
No.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
No.
We would like to highlight the plaintiff's exhibit A, the medical report for the plaintiff, in which the doctor expresses that the injuries were first degree and that the individual had no issue with being able to speak and was very vocal during the procedure. We would like to then highlight officer testimony, both Fields and
got a
Troy,
selfie camera.
where they quote that the witness.
Wait, they should have called
or
Pixie
that the
in.
plaintiff